greats. I kind of want to give them the good game back, you know? They kind of deserve it. It's coming. Oh, we're coming for you, dude. Oh, we're fucking coming for you. You give me that preemptive GG. Oh, we've just gotten started, man. Let's go. Let's go. I think we can bin everything because we have the next Raise the Past. Everyone can go. Yeah, now you good game. That's right. You did it right that time. You did it right that time. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today in Top 800 Mythic, we're showcasing some epic games with Orzhov Sacrifice, built around Raise the Past, a new card from Foundations, a 4-mana sorcery. Return all creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's way better than it looks. I don't know how good you thought this card was. It's really good in this deck. Basically, you go 1-1 all game, or even you get run over all game. You're just chump blocking, barely surviving, and then out of nowhere, you slam Raise the Past and reanimate all creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. This ends up basically ending the game on the spot. If you have any kind of trigger ping, like you have a Hinterland Sanctifier to whenever another creature you control enters, you gain a life, or a Sadistic Pilgrim, whenever another creature you control enters, gain a life, you get a ton of pings, and you basically grow your Pridemates, Channelers, and Amalias through the roof in a single turn, and your opponent just out of nowhere is like, oh, I am not winning that game. It's very cool. From there, you can win two ways. One, you can just swing with your giant creatures the old-fashioned way. But the other thing you can do is start sacking your creatures with a single copy of Bartolome del Presidio, however you pronounce that. 2 mana, 2/1, sack another creature or artifact for free for 0 mana, put a +1 counter on it. So you can do this as many times as you want for free, which means you can then reanimate your entire board and then sack your entire board, allowing all of your Blood Witch triggers to go off whenever this creature or another creature you control dies. Target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Same thing here. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life off the Sadistic Pilgrim. So those are your 2 ways to win. There is one more, which I didn't really expect to come up, but the reality is when you Raise the Past with like 10 creatures and you get all of your Sanctifier life gain triggers and your Sadistic Pilgrim triggers, Amalia goes insane. If you just leave the exploration card on top, then every time she triggers off of any of your life gain sources, she gets a +1 counter on her. And then when she gets up to 20, which ends up not being that hard, if you have like two of these guys out, 2 to 3 out, and you get a bunch of stuff back, she can get all the way up to 20 very fast. Then you destroy all other creatures because her power is exactly 20, which means for free, you then automatically sweep your entire board except for Amalia, and you get all of the Blood Witch triggers, and you can just machine gun your opponent down from there. So it's very cool. It's very satisfying. Deck construction wise, there are a couple things I had to do very specifically here. My original version of the deck did not run a Johnny's Pridemate and did not run Essence Chailer. I was running some really fun cards like the Star Escape Cleric. Whenever you gain a life, each opponent loses a life, so obviously that's very fun. You get all of your +1 life gain triggers, and then they get all the corresponding -1 life gain triggers. But the issue is this card can't block. And the other card I was running was Helpful Hunter, kind of like, you know, stitch the deck together, draw some cards, you know, chump block, get some fodder in the graveyard, bring it back, seemed very reasonable. And then I played, my first match, I played a very classic game against Mono Red and got steamrolled. And I was like, well, I guess I can't play the deck I want to play. I have the deck that you are forcing me to play. So we have to pay the mono red tax. And so I subbed those cards out and put in a Johnny's Pridemate and Essence Channeler. I was a little bit, you know, I wasn't planning to do this because it starts to tip too much towards what I would consider like classic mono white life gain. Like we're getting away from the sacrifice theme and the combo at that point. But the reality is these cards get massive very quickly and are one of your only answers to mono red. Essentially you outscale them, or they're at least big enough to trade with their double strike trample stuff so that you can survive until later in the game to Raise the Past. So that is the mono red tax. It must be paid. Other cool card, Snarling Gorehound. Never played this card before. A 1 mana 1/1 with Menace. Most importantly, whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, which is all of your creatures, you get to Surveil 1. So this is huge. So you can just bin cards on the top of your library to the graveyard over and over and over until you hit a card you want, or a land you want, or Raise the Past on top, and then it just really fuels the graveyard to set you up for an amazing Raise the Past. It's excellent in this deck. If you wanted to just ditch all of the sack fodder, like Orzhov Life Game is very good. Essentially, you have a 3rd copy of a Johnny's Pridemate or Essence Channeler in Amalia. She's a beast. She, you know, scales very well and also helps you hit your land drops. And you could keep a Sadistic Pilgrim in there as well, maybe just 2 copies of the Legendary Rule. And then you just go back to the mono white deck I posted maybe a week ago. You ditch the Gorehound and the Blood Witch and the sack outlet, you know, add some more Shelter by Ghosts, add some more life gain triggers in there, and you're good to go. But the sack theme is very cool, and machine gunning your opponent from, you know, 20 to 0 in a single turn off of the Blood Witch or whatever is very satisfying. So we got some great games today. Enjoy it. Let's dive right in. On the play, looks pretty good to me. Oh yeah, we get the Sanctifier down here. Mono blue, okay. Amalia, start hitting more lands if we can. They're gonna bounce it. You're gonna play the ward into the Flood Ball. So quick. Alright, well, no trigger for us. See if they try to counter on the way back down. Simic. Bushwhack. Goodness gracious. Stormchaser's talent. My goodness. It's too much, man. I think we'll replay Amalia. And I guess get the bat down after. We can bin that. We got plenty of stuff to play. Also don't have that much black mana in general. Alright, land to hand. Hit him for 1. It would let us double spell next turn easily, which isn't awful. I think that's worth keeping. So we already have the land in hand, but it's a tap land. So we'll have to go Sadistic Pilgrim, Pridemate. It's looking like Crab Beans-esque. Bushwhack. Fighting up. Okay. That's fine. Go land here. Go Pilgrim. But that does get rid of our draw engine, which is too bad. Ping ping. Down to 12. Okay. There's the terror. Do nothing. They want to flash in the crab. Let's start here. Don't need more land. Technically we can play this before combat, but almost certainly they will crab the Pridemate down. So there's the crab. Tap the Pridemate and the 2/2. And we can still get in with both these guys. Now to 12, we're up at 29, 30. Descend. It's not so bad. We're not just, you know, a couple turns of crabs away. They need numerous crab attacks to get there. Let's see what they get back land. Alright. I think we trade the Pridemate away. That's unfortunate. I don't think we give the Pridemate away just yet. Flying is okay. Try to get the Pridemate at least up to a 10-10 to trade with 2 of them. Okay. That's it for now. Stalemate, and they have more value off the Stormchaser's talent. So they can get back like a bounce spell, bounce the Ajani. Let's see what they get. Interesting, sleight of hand. Interesting. Well, this gets the Pridemate up, which I don't hate. I don't think trading it off with 2 cards is that bad. I don't think the Pilgrim is that bad either to get in there with. I think this is kind of okay. Trade there. Chump block there. That's kind of surprising. They leave us with the Pridemate. I guess they can bounce it whenever they want. Alright. Descend. Land, go to the bottom. Thank you. Did they get this to hand and just not cast it last turn? Or are they out of blue? Beanstalk. At some point, a lot of bounce spells do shut down the Pridemate pretty hard. That's a card. Guess we can play before combat, get our triggers. If we lose life, we don't have a Koilos land. At some point, we could potentially give it flying if we lose life. Let's see if the next crab comes down here. So we're at 37. It's going to take a lot of crabs to get us from 37 to 0. I don't think they really run counterspells either. So no attacks here. We do need a fresh draw engine. We either need another Amalia, or we need the Reanimator spell, something like that. But yeah, I don't think they have space for counters in this deck, really. It's just like a bunch of bounce, draw, fight. Alright, this town ain't big enough is pretty bad, but it's not in their hand yet. Yeah, I think you just take this. I mean, the life gain's putting in work still. 32 to go. It's a card to play it out before combat. Alright, here comes the next crab. We do get to draw. It's kind of a close game. Flyer can definitely get in there. I think the other ones are still stand back. Like, it wouldn't be close at all, except that we're at 35. So it's just going to take them a decently long time. And if we chump block at all, like at some point we get rid of the Sanctifiers. I kind of like that they're putting work into the Channeler and that maybe we'll be able to lose life somehow on our turn. Alright, Talent's bad because they can get back the bounce spell, which they didn't get back before, but you'd think they'd do that soon. Yeah, go get... I think it's the Flood Maw here. Let's see. Or this town ain't big enough and then they loop it. Yeah, so they bounce their own talent in one of our cards and they just run that back every turn for the rest of the game. So that's very bad. Definitely very bad. So with limited time, I think we actually want both these guys in. We want to trade off with the crabs because they do need to win somehow. Jump there, bounce you. Yeah, this is a bad place to be. So we need a beautiful top deck here, basically. We're not in an awful place, but it's not great. Still 38 life to go. But they can loop that every turn for the rest of the game. So that's tough. It does take a lot of mana, though. Oh, the Beanstalk, they have 21 cards left? They might deck themselves where they can kill us. That's interesting. I think no blocks here. Take 10, it's a lot. Down to 28. Okay, it's a card. It's another threat. Triggers everywhere. They are down to 7. At some point we attack all. They let us move to combat here. So we attack with everything. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna bounce probably the Channeler, chump block the Pridemate. They could eat a Witch, take 3, plus 4 off the Witch, plus the Bat. That drops them pretty low here. I think it could be time to try to pressure. Let's see what they can pull off here. So they have 2 bounce spells? Or they're just going to bounce 2 of our stuff? I don't think they're going to take 6 from the Pridemate. They must have another Flood Maw. Or another this town. Makes sense. Ended on summon there. Okay. They dropped to 5. They dropped down to 1, actually. And we have a pretty decent fleet on the way still. Okay, here it all comes back out. Channeler up, Pridemate up. And last creature. It's a flyer. Okay, pretty significant board state. They do have 4 blockers still. No, not you. Alright, they have 5 blockers. But they're priced into bouncing the flyer still. Which is awkward because they might want to bounce other things. Oh, they have a fight spell. Alright, flyer goes down. You'll tap, do the talent, get back. What are we getting? Yep, this town. Still costs 2 total. We only have 3 open here. Okay, so that's the last spell. This town is the last thing they can do. That gives us flying, which is big. It's another forced into that. Oh, we can't do that. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's weird. You guys can go. I'm surprised we can't use the Caves of Koilos. It moved right to combat. Damn. Maybe we need to put on full control there. Flying Vigilance doesn't help. They've already declared blocks. That kind of sucks. Yeah, do the bouncy thing. They bounced the crab? Is that what they bounced here? They did. They bounced the crab. That's kind of a huge throw that we moved right to combat, and we could not activate the Caves of Corliss beforehand. Otherwise, game could be over right now. I'll take it all. It's fine. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Absolutely massive. Fight spell takes out one of our potential blockers. Or attackers, rather. Then on to 12 cards. We're at 26 life. I mean, a lot of top decks do kind of win the game on the spot. Like, Raise the Past would be crazy right here. So do it before or after combat? That's a question. It doesn't really matter, does it? Enters, dies. They're not going to kill any of our creatures. It's just going to tap stuff down. I think we can do it after combat. I don't think they have a counterspell. Alright, that's it. We should get him here, I think. No more blue left. What a lovely sight for sore eyes. Here we come. Raise the Past. There we go. There we go. Sure. Resolve everything. The Pilgrim's in here somewhere, so that alone should be enough to ping him down. Doesn't matter. As long as we don't deck ourselves, doesn't matter. But we do have to click through all the triggers, apparently. I don't know if the opponent is allowed to scoop or not, or if they're stuck in this with us. But we did the thing. Very cool matchup. Because the fact that we were able to gain so much life over the course of the game meant that the crabs couldn't just annihilate us, which is kind of what my experience has been on the other side usually. If they get ahead with the tempo, you know, they just beat you with multiple 5/5 crabs and that's just it. Alright, finally we get to the life drain portion of this, I think. It's a lot of triggers to go through. Goodness gracious. I don't think there's any way for me to do it faster. I don't see a resolve all thing. God, come on. Come on, baby. Where are the Pilgrim triggers? 25 cards left. None of these are drawing cards, so we're not going to deck ourselves, but I just wish we'd go a little faster. Goodness gracious. Come on, baby. Come on. I guess the opponent can't scoop, otherwise they would, I imagine. Or maybe they're just being generous with their time. I don't know. This is very excessive, though. Oh no, now we have all these too? Sure. Click, click. Okay. I guess we did not win off of that. Hold on. Whoops. We still need the sack outlet. Okay. My bad. I guess we should have kept Bartolome on top. Maybe they can bounce both Blood Witches. I mean, I think we'll get them this next turn regardless. I kind of thought the game was over. But we didn't have a way to, yeah, only the gain life. We didn't have a drain trigger on the battlefield. Alright, let's see this turn, dude. Better be pretty damn epic. You need all the bounce spells, and you have limited mana. We only need to get you down 2. We have another Raise the Past, which doesn't help us get lethal, I guess? Actually, we get some death triggers off the multiple cores. So that is one way to... I don't think we should do that, because I don't want to wait for all the triggers to resolve. I think we just attack all. Yeah. Alright. Good game, good game. Good battle. On the play with no white to mulligan. Much better. We can put back probably a land. We don't even have more 1-drops to double spell yet. We keep this. Do we need more black or white in general? I guess technically, usually we need more white, I want to say. Here we go. Amalia can hopefully draw us into maybe a land immediately. We'll see what happens. could be a mirror matchup. This could be exciting. Maybe the Reanimator. I don't know. Alright. See if we can hit land. It's a good card. It does put on a lot of pressure. I kind of feel like land is better here. Just double spelling with Amalia is already a lot of pressure. Demolition Field. Cool, there it is. Technically, we could start here, just in case we hit one more land off the top. We'll keep you now. I mean, you're a good follow-up next turn. Don't need too much more land. I'm sure we'll get more going. Alright, get in there for 6. A Johnny on the way. That's a card. That'll about do it. Cool, cool. Good game of Magic. So now to win, we need another draw engine. We need another Amalia and a life gain source, which is kind of too much to ask. There's a life gain source, but if they're on 4 lockdowns, our life's not getting too much better here. Sack Outlet's interesting. We could sack everything in response to the next lockdown, and then so it's not a smite. Then we actually have cards in the graveyard if we top deck the Return to the Past card, whatever it's called. Raise the Past. Demo field. We got basics to go. Opponent is so chill, they don't have anything better to do than to sack our lands. I think we'll take more white here still. They just need a blue. They are Esper Control with Demolition Field and Murex. Two... Oh, shit. Alright. You can go. You can go. You can't sack yourself? Another creature. Nope. Too bad, dude. I feel like that's too greedy for 3 colors. They're running a ton of basics. They're running Murex and Demolition Field. How are you getting away with that? Another basic. I have no idea. Maybe they're like secretly domain or something. Well, we might want that for a top deck. They don't have double blue, so I don't think we have to worry about a counterspell yet. Another Demolition Field. Dude, how do you run your mana base? Must just be splashing blue for something crazy on top. No idea. No? Full on Jace, dude. I don't really understand. The mill out switch is actually kind of good. I mean, it makes our top decks better. We could still win. They're down to 10. Like, we could still win this game. Just depends if they play counters or hold counters. Eventually, if we just hit double blue. If we hit Raise the Past, it could be enough. That's a card. We get a little Surveil. No, thank you. Sure. No attacks. Oh, they're getting aggro. I guess they want to mill us out here. No Raise the Past. Just got us closer to the next Raise the Past. I'll take that. At some point we jump block, but the Surveils are putting in work still. It's a card. Man, if you leave it on top, it's interesting. It's tough because, like, technically it buffers us one closer to Raise the Past. Do you think they're going to attack again? I think they might. Especially if we leave it on top. It kind of presses them into attacking next. It wouldn't be able to do much else. We kind of like that. I mean, we have to get lucky here a bit. It's weird, but I'm going to leave it on top because I want them to think it's a good card. So they are forced in attacking with the Reef, so that they are tapped out on blue, so that we give us a chance to top deck and resolve Raise the Pass. That's kind of a lot to ask for, but I think they'll want to do it. Maybe they just mill with Jace anyway. Okay. Well, they didn't mill us at all. I guess they want to counter it, maybe? We have Menace, so I don't know if we even target the Jace, honestly. I think you get him close enough to dead. I think you just ignore the Jace. Manual taps. For what? What are you doing? Manual taps on white and colorless. Double white. Prayer of Binding. Alright. Not that scared about that. Dude with Exile Tribal. Still holding the double blue. They could still have the counterspell. Which is interesting. Because if they wanted to counter it, if they're worried about countering it, you think they would have just milled the top card away. With Jace. Or anything, really. Blocks. Dude, third lockdown. Okay. Still holding double blue open, sadly. I think they're sitting on a counterspell, which is insane. That they have decided to run this many basics and think they can run a blue and blue counterspell. I don't know about that. But they're doing it, and they're about to beat us with it. $33 cards left. There's no Raise the Past down there. All 4 are still in the deck. Sunfall would be a great follow-up. I guess they must have Sunfall in hand. So that's a little bit tough. That might mean we lose here. I'm kind of surprised they bin Sunfall. Like, what else could be in the deck, in the hand, that's, like, worth that? 26 cards left. I mean, there it is, dude. I don't know if it's enough to win. It probably falls right into Sunfall, and then we just lose next turn. We ping him a lot, but I don't think it'll kill him here. It might. We'll see. Depends if we get credit for the other legendary ones. Oh, I think we do get him here. I think we actually get there. Doesn't matter at this point, really. As long as we don't deck ourselves. Maybe we keep everything on top. 25 cards left. I think we just win here. Let's leave everything else on top. We have a land to play this turn if we really wanted to. Let's leave everything else on top, I think. That's perfect on top. It's a lot of triggers. We just got to get to the rest of the cores. It's a lot of clicking. It's kind of insane damage potential out of nowhere. Now the thing is, if we sweep the board with Amalia, then we do actually win, I think. So if we just get up to 20, then actually it's game over, which is kind of absurd, but I think we might get there. That's an incentive to leave something on top, because then the Explorer trigger just adds a counter. So now it's going to be 20, and we're going to kill all creatures, and then all the cores will trigger. And so that'll be game. Damn. Kind of savage. Kind of fucking sick. I'm not going to lie. That was kind of cool. On the draw, we can chump block for a while, I guess. Let's see what shade of mono red it is. It's mono red. Every game. Every freaking game. It's crazy. Insane. Okay. We burn. We auras. We splash ghost. We're probably just auras. The question is, can you get trample or menace? Otherwise, we can chump block for a little while. Okay. No blocks, through the face. Nice. That's a card. We can take a lot of chump blocks over the next couple turns. But we kind of need some combo pieces. She's good. Alright, what do you got? You got the rage. Do you want to block both places? Not really. I want to block one up here. I guess you want to put it here. You want them to rage here instead. It doesn't really matter. Does not matter too much. I mean, they definitely have it, right? Maybe it doesn't matter at all. Ooh, it's flight instead. Maybe also a rage? I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. That's not so bad. To 15. Not so bad, they say. Gain a life. Can bin you. We're going to reanimate next turn, basically. See if we can get there. Block with everything we can. Been you? Been you? I mean, it'll be a big turn. No attacks. We'll block with everything we can here. Get it all back next turn. See how that goes. Game's gonna wrap up real soon one way or another. We do have a flying blocker for the hero, which is nice. Unless they shelter by ghosted away, which I feel like they're kind of thinking about here. Yep. Probably take the Dream Thief. We'll see. No, it's right there. Okay, that's fine. We still have 2 chump blocks to make. Flying lifelink ward, first strike. No trample or menace. There's double strike or trample, but not both. Let's see what they go with. Already has first strike. Trample, sure. So flyer definitely goes here. And we're about to get it all back anyway, so we might as well do this. Okay, let's see if it's enough. We're doing the thing, boys. Is it enough versus mono red? It's a lot of life to gain. Each opponent loses life. We're definitely not dead yet. Do we want you on top? What do we really want? We're gonna block with everything here, basically. I mean, you're not bad. I don't know if we need that per se. It's a good draw engine. That plus 1 cat next turn, how good is that? Do you actually keep that? 18 to 15. We thwarted the initial round of attacks. It only gets worse from here, though. It really just depends if they can find trample and double strike. If it's just one or the other, we're still kind of okay. Alright, what are we doing this time? It's trample. So there's a question of can we get them dead on the crackback, and do we just die right in here? They're only presenting 13 damage. 7 on the crackback currently. But we do a lot of damage off of this. We kind of want to keep the Sanctifier around. I think it's just this. Hope it's enough. Let's see what other pump spells they got. Pretty close to dead. It's no rage, wow. Okay, trigger, trigger. Ping, ping. Are we gonna make it? Is this real? Is this really happening? It's a 14. Die. Trigger, trigger. I got lifelink off this thing too, I forgot. Yeah, it's a long way to go. We're holding in there though. How good are you? You're not bad ping-wise. I think we want Amalia first. We could scry a creature. Not sure order matters here too much. Oh, that's a good one. That's a freaking good one. I mean, that kind of means we're blocking with everything this turn again. Assuming we live. Stay on top. Actually, we could have helpful hunted. So then between the cleric, I mean, the cleric can't block. So really, we're just trying to block with as much as we can here. And they might just win. We can't block with this flyer. Can't get back the Dream Thief. So I think it's just this. And maybe they win here anyway. We'll find out. You can't block anyway. Everyone else can block. Alright, hold on. We're at 18. They can have a 6/6 double strike flyer. It's very close to lethal, but they didn't have it last turn. I don't think they have Monstrous Rage, so that's the top ticket here. Very close to dead. Tali's favor, they're going for it. 7 double strike. It's just you. That's not lethal yet. They have 1 mana left open. They didn't have Rage though last turn. I don't think they have it here. Swing for 16? I don't think they have it. Okay, drop the 2. I don't think it's over. Unless they really do have something in hand. They've been holding on. Ah, you bastard. You fucking bastard, I'll say it. Play the same deck every single day, all day. Never try anything new, just mono red over and over and over and over and over. Alright, whatever, I'm over it. On the play, look at this beautiful hand. We'll keep this one. Elmo versus the Ruin Lurker Bat. mono red, but we get to be on the play. It's not going to be as good for you. Let's see. We want to get one of these scaling for sure. Hitting land isn't even that good this turn, because we're not going to double spell next turn anyway. So I think we could guarantee the pump on the channeler. Just make the biggest attacker we can, I think. Well, we could have done one drop. Let's just go for ramp. Let's see how it goes. That's really good. Against them, I don't even think you need it though. I think you just need to go channeler, make giant creatures, swing harder than they can. It's too early for that card. Alright, they get their god start. Good for you. We could just trade here, double strike. It's a lot of value. It's tough. It's a good opportunity for us. I think we do actually take this trade. Even though we're on the play. 2 to the face, that's fine. Okay, we're not double spelling, so I think it's just get the channeler growing. We can double spell next turn. Get it for 1 of the air. With the channeler, hopefully they don't have shock yet. I don't know if we need the second one per se. Maybe they shock this one, but if there's shock, I think it's coming down now on the channeler. No blocks, could easily rage that up. There you go. 4/4 double strike. Drop to 12. A single blocker. It's not that bad. The next raise the pass. Kind of cool. Play before combat. Play before combat. We can block with everything this turn, and then raise the pass next turn. Should be a pretty solid turn. Not insane, but like definitely worthwhile. So ideally the Pilgrim goes on whoever doesn't have double strike, and then we just stick the Blood Witch under someone. Alright, putting the double strike there now, mixing it up. And they also have Witch Stalker Frenzy. Burst Lightning. Alright, that's okay. When it's down to 12. We'll still attempt this block. Maybe they rage up again, I don't know. Looks like it. It's all coming back anyway. It's a lot of damage. Opponent to 11. We're down to 5. It's a land. Can give you flying? Does that matter? Flying and vigilance actually could matter. Alright, trigger up. Thank you. Don't need another one of you. I think we're going to get there. 8-9 there alone. Yeah, very nice. Good game against Mono Red. We're on the draw. It's kind of a little slow. We don't even have some synergies. We do have one Surveil off the top, though, which I don't hate. Mono White Rabbits. We could outscale this for sure. Don't think that's it. It doesn't even fit in our curve for multiple turns, right? So next turn, we like Pride Mate and do nothing. Turn after that, we play the tap land, play something else, do nothing. Turn after that, we play Gorehound and something else. Like, we just need some facilitators. We need some way to gain life. Really slow start, though. Okay, I mean, it's a good card. Same issue, though. But if someone's going to help us turn through cards, I guess it's you. Yeah, not looking good. Tough start for us. If we can block forever, we could get out of this. Dude says good game. Hold on a second. We'll keep you. I mean, we can like double spell forever, yeah? We'll just play everything out, block everything, bring it all back. We just need a life gain trigger. If we get a life gain trigger, the game is not over. Yeah, you're doing your stuff, but we're not giving up yet. So we could eat a whole bunch of stuff here. Why are they saying good game? It's not at all good game. What are you talking about? Attacks while you control the token. Yeah, they oops that. Yeah, it's not good game yet, bud. Blood Witch makes blocking a little better. No attacks. I mean, we want to stall as long as we can before we raise the past. Once we do, we have 2 raise the past back to back. Like, it's not that bad. Again, we just need a life gain trigger. So we could sacrifice one of these guys. Like, we could throw away the Pride Mate here. If we really want a life gain trigger, I guess we put it on Amalia to bin as many cards as possible. So we can kill you if we want. And we can block here and just take 5. And then we'll get 2 triggers off the Blood Witch. We'll get to Surveil twice. We'll stick as many cards in the graveyard as we can. Sure. I don't think you had any counters, though. Bin you. Give me another creature. Bin you. Great. Very nice. Okay. Play you. Bin another card. Another creature would be great off the top. Great. I kind of want to give them the good game back, you know? They kind of deserve it. It's coming. Oh, we're coming for you, dude. Oh, we're fucking coming for you. You give me that preemptive GG? Oh, we've just gotten started, man. Let's go. Let's go. I think we can bin everything because we have the next raise the past. Everyone can go. Yeah, now you good game. That's right. You did it right that time. You did it right that time. GG. All right, thank you for staying to the end. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like, a comment, a subscribe. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.